Como analisar um e-commerce sobre a perspectiva de um investidor. Eu sou Augusto Tons, investidor anjo, e hoje eu conversei com um empreendedor que está querendo montar um e-commerce diferente. Fique agora com mais uma análise de pitch. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fine too.
Okay, so this is our presentation wherein we are pitching for Bagmore Stores Private Limited. We are a new e-commerce portal going to launch our website and application in the month of October itself, the coming month. So we are all set almost, and then we have also started pitching in to the brands and manufacturers. Then we were able to close a few deals as well. Now to move ahead, a bit about us. This is Bagmore Stores Private Limited. The domain name is bagmore.com. We incorporated on 8th February 2019. It's been 6 months, I guess. Yeah. And we are located in the capital of India, it is Delhi. The team is led by Santosh Jaiswal and Avinash Thakur. And we also have a great operational team of professionals that are trained, experienced and certified e-commerce specialists by Amazon. And this is actually certified. So a bit about founders. Myself, I personally have experience around 15 years, wherein my core experience is into operations, handling big projects, tech projects as well, leading big teams, and work for the companies like Wipro, United Health Group. Also, I have experience in working and managing the seller's account for all major e-commerce marketplaces like Amazon, Flipkart, Snapdeal, this Paytm, if you have heard of.
No.
So it was no. Okay. So Amazon and Flipkart, I'm sure you would have heard of these two at least.
Amazon yes, Flipkart no.
Snapdeal no.
Snapdeal no.
Okay. So what we were doing there, I mean, this was the point from where me and Avinash actually decided to go with this model. We were planning to launch this since I believe Avinash 2 years back, and then
yes.
we were full-fledged involved in it since past 1.5 years. What we actually found a lot of improvement area here, wherein companies are indulging a lot of money, wasting a lot of money in operations, in getting customers, acquisition, and seller acquisition. We have found a few improvement areas and some enhancements as well that this e-commerce market actually needs. I'll come to those points in my upcoming slides.
Okay.
So this is Avinash Thakur, and I would love, Avinash, if you can introduce yourself.
Sure. So I have experience for around 12 years. I also have been working with the same organization where Santosh worked, like Wipro and United Health Group. Apart from that, we together used to handle the operation sellers account for Amazon and Flipkart. Flipkart is a leading e-commerce platform in India, even they are ahead of Amazon if you talk about the market size in India. So those were the platform. We decided to, to encourage to start our new e-commerce platform because of the issues we started feeling. Like we ourselves are the e-commerce platform users. We order things online and then we realize that there are a lot of problems in the market, not as a e-commerce operation, in terms of not e-commerce operation, but also as a customer. So there are only one or two e-commerce platform which actual customer trust, and we feel like we are trapped into switching between only these two companies. So we feel like there are a lot of scope for other marketplace to enter into this website and provide the quality services, gain customers' confidence.
Thank you, Avinash.
Welcome.
Okay.
Any questions, Augusto?
Not yet.
So, talking a bit about mission and vision, as we already mentioned, Bangalore is a young and vibrant company that aims to provide best quality branded products. Now, why I want to highlight here branded products is because this is again kind of unique business strategy that we are going to follow, wherein we will only be going with brands and manufacturers. We are not going with big distributors, big sellers or traders. So there are two reasons. One, these brands will provide us, these manufacturers will provide us the authentic product wherein no fraud product or no fraudulent activities will be involved. The second thing is that brand or manufacturers are the place wherein we can get the best price, which will eventually result in offering the same product which is being sold on other platforms on higher price. We will be offering the same product at a lower price comparatively. And just to mention, Augusto, we were able to finalize 12 brands, Avinash, right? 12th one is done today.
No, it's 14th now.
14.
Yes.
Okay. 14. So these are all big brands and not exactly very big, huge brands like Hugo Boss and other Zara or like that. But these brands have a good reputation and they deliver decent quality of product with good price. Now, again, proceeding with the mission and vision, we are capturing fashion needs for men, women, kids across footwear, apparel and accessories, including wide range of home decor products as well. And we are targeting to provide a pan-India e-commerce marketplace to sellers and buyers, the best platform to merchants to sell their products online, a cost-efficient advertisement platform for brands and manufacturers. So this will be our third income generator business model, which we will talk about later. And the customer category that we are targeting is from low to middle and of course higher income level category customers. They normally prefer going and buying directly from the stores, or if they want to come on our website, they are most welcome because we have all the brands. Yes, okay. So one thing that is not mentioned over here is we will also be going with offline stores in all major cities of India. but that will be happening in later part, after at least after 1 year. So I'll move ahead with why Bagnor, how we are different from other platforms. So the first thing that we realized while with our experience is the virtual dressing room. If we already have a virtual dressing room introduced in other segments of the products like goggles, jewelries, but it has never been introduced to apparel industry because of few challenges, I know, but we are able to figure out, and this is still in development though, but we will I guess we will be able to make it in December first week's product. So we will be going with virtual dressing room. We will be introducing again another vendor manager portal. This will reduce our operational cost. Then this platform will not only serve B2C model but also serve B2B model, business to business, wherein we have already sold somewhere around 280 t-shirts to one of the buyer here in India. So if you this can be said like we have already started operating at least in B2B segment. Now the other thing that that differ us from other platforms is we are only going with brands and manufacturers, and the reason I already mentioned. Other unique product that we will be launching is customizable t-shirts and shirts. This is again, people are doing here in India, but we will be doing it on pan-India level, and this will be huge. People here, this is actually in demand. The other point I would like to mention is reduced operational cost. As I already mentioned, that we will be introducing this vendor manager portal, which will reduce account management cost. Eventually, that will reduce the operational cost. And the other point is the external VMs, the vendor managers that we have. They all are on commission based instead of fixed payout, which will reduce the operational cost. Zero brand acquisition cost. This is our last point why we differ from other marketplaces. So if I am to talk about Amazon are paying somewhere around $200 to $300 to acquire one brand and get them listed on their platform. We, because of our experience, because of our relations that we built in 10 years of experience by working with Amazon and other platforms, we have built relationship with these big brands, and just on our words and the business model that we are presenting to these brands, they are earning up. Any questions on this?
I have, but I believe that you might talk about it afterwards. So that's why I believe if you could go through the main points and just provide me with the whole view of the idea, the product, market, just the highlights, the most important and critical points. I can have a look on the whole thing, and then I make questions and comments afterwards.
So, Augusto, these were our main points, which actually we feel that are our USP, and this is where we differ from other e-commerce marketplaces that I already mentioned you how we are different from other marketplaces. So virtual dressing room, vendor managed portals to reduce operating costs, B2C and B2B model at the same time, and only going with brands and manufacturers, not going with sellers and traders. Customizable t-shirts and shirts, these are high in demand. Again, a unique product. Reduced operational costs by offering commission-based payout to vendor managers and zero brand acquisition cost. So these were our main highlight area, and I would love to discuss more on these points.
Okay. Do you have a slide with the competitive landscape? Why you will be different from others?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, there is no platform, no e-commerce platform which has virtual dressing room. So in this feature, a customer will be able to try the product on his body just by having the camera in front of his upper body, or full body scan is also possible. So this feature has not been introduced in any platform yet. We will be the first platform to launch this.
In India?
Not in India, in world.
I'm not sure about the world.
So Avinash, please correct me if I'm wrong.
Before starting that, what we were trying to find a technological solutions. Like if we could invest, if someone could partner with us and provide the technology. But we googled a lot. We tried to reach some of the people who are in tech companies, because we had experience in a tech organization. We were working in the operational part. But we spoke with the tech folk, and no one was, had an idea that this technology is already. This technology does exist in certain market. Like if you go to a store, you will be able to find like a virtual dressing room in physical store, but online there is no platform that provides such kind of technology as of now on apparel section. Yeah, there is. I personally know two companies which do provide, a virtual trial room for, goggles and for some accessories like earring and all those things that women wear, like lipstick color. They can try it on an application live, but it's not for if someone wants to try for t-shirt or other things.
Right.
Hello?
Very rightly mentioned.
I have seen ideas that seems the same, but I'm not sure about the implementation of those ideas. So that's why I was wondering if it's unique or if
so it is, Augusto, it is not unique, but it is something that has never been introduced in apparel section.
Where?
In apparel section, clothing section.
Okay.
So it has been already introduced in goggles section, wherein people can come in front of the selfie camera and they can have a look on how their goggle is looking like, or they can try wearing earrings or necklace. Only facial capturing was there until now. So we were not able to find anyone who can develop this augmented reality feature for us.
So market size.
Yeah. And this is India. Market is huge. We already spoken about the product. We have all security, and then we are just to be secure, we have SSL, then we have AWS server for scalable infrastructure. We will be going with iOS and Android application both.
Okay, it's more technical detail. Let's discuss it later, but it's good to know that you have it in mind. But I want to understand first the market need.
Okay.
So, Santosh, do you want me to take this one?
Yes, please.
Okay. So market need was like, as I mentioned earlier during my introduction, that we both are already not as a e-commerce service provider, but we also are a user for e-commerce platform. I personally buy a lot of stuff online. The two reasons: one, it reaches to my home very easily. I do not have to spend a lot of time in shopping. Second, there are a lot of times I receive a good discount while shopping online. But the start problem, it helped me to improvise my switch my shopping experience from going to a retail store to becoming an pro online buyer. But then what I started realizing that there are not much of platform which provide authentic products. So there has been a lot of companies in India which have fell into a lawsuit, and they are about to shut down their operations. So the companies like we mentioned, like Paytm, they have investment from Alibaba. The Snapdeal, they have investment from a Singapore-based investment firm. These are the two firms which are about to Shopglue, the third e-commerce provider. They are going to shut down. The only reason is because they are not able to provide the authentic performance. Why they are not able to provide the authentic product is because they have started everyone as a seller on their platform. It helped them, to reduce the operational cost, but there is a risk associated with that. The people do not have trust on such kind of website. I would also like to mention a website name which I personally prefer to buy, and the only reason is the quality that they assure. They have a model where they only add brands and for the actual manufacturers who have investment in their company. So they cannot take a risk of, damaging their brand or damaging their company's reputation by providing fake or counterfeited or, defective products to customers. Myntra has followed this step. There is no other players that I have. If I would like to buy an online shoes for Nike, I always go to Myntra. I do not go to any other website.
Just to add here, Avinash and Augusto, Myntra.com is one of the best e-commerce marketplace in clothes.
What's the name again?
In India.
So Myntra.com is one of the best platform for clothing products in India. They are the best website.
They have been acquired by Walmart now, and so that is the problem that we have started facing. That there is only company in India which we can trust that they're providing an authentic products. So that's when we started to realize now this is a kind of monopoly in the market. We have to enter in the market. We have to do something with this. We have experience. Obviously they are huge company. We cannot go into direct competition with them at this stage. But definitely there has to be someone who can stand in front of them and can tell them that you are not going to create a monopoly because you are providing a good product. And the second thing was that there is a lot of operational, because we have been in an operation, we have seen that there is a lot of things they are not providing in terms of operation, like we mentioned. Because they have investment from Walmart, they are investing in anything. They can invest in advertisement, if digital marketing in terms of, say, like for a keyword, they can invest 300 to 400 rupees in terms, if I convert it into dollar, it will come around $5 to $7. But at the same time, we can do the same thing by a $1. But because they have money, they can do anything. And the third thing I have seen experience that the operation management, because sellers, they do not focus on managing sellers a lot of platform except Myntra. What they try to follow is the customer, but they forget that the majority of the e-commerce forget that if you do not cater your sellers, you will never receive a quality product at an affordable price on your e-commerce website. And then the end will be the customer will start losing confidence in the website, and the business may go down. And that's what we are going to cater. The third thing that I would also like to mention about is that advertising part. The advertising part, because they have fundings, a lot of fundings. We and Santosh strongly believe that we are the e-commerce. We do not need to invest huge like the other platforms have been investing on this on a market.
Exactly.
Especially when they rope in the big actors or a big cricket player or a big football player, they invest on billion. Yes, it's necessary to create a brand image, but to operate as an e-commerce player, we do not need such kind of thing. So that's the third point we have been trying to we have incorporated in our business plan, that this is the way we are going to operate.
Okay, Avinash, let's talk about the market size as well. That was the point that Augusto already mentioned.
So the market, I see, since I forgot that my laptop was useless. So the market size for around right now, India has around in terms of dollar, $70 billion apparel industry in it. If we talk about e-commerce, right now e-commerce are operating around, have a market size of around 13 to 14%. I'm saying this data as of 2018, end of 2018. So if we convert it into the $1 million, it will come around $8 to $9 billion industry for e-commerce platform, especially for apparel as of now. There has
e-commerce for clothing. 8 to 9 billion.
8 to 9 billion, and the market is growing by around 15 to 18% every year, because the e-commerce is very new in India. It has been about around 7 to 8 years only. So the industry is growing by 70 to 18%. The website I mentioned, they had gross. They have a revenue of around 400 million in 2015. In 2018, the same company has a revenue of around $1 billion. This is the pace Indian market is growing.
This is in the situation wherein that particular platform is not one of the best platform that we have in India, right?
Right.
Okay, let's go back a little bit about what you have said, and let's put everything together.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to go back to your slides and talk about the topics and how they are together, and how can you demonstrate it in a different way for presenting to me the best opportunity. So let's go back to the first slide that you presented.
Sure.
About the company. Shop more with bag more.
That's right.
Okay.
That's our slogan.
Okay, so let's go to the next slide. And let's keep it in mind. Shop more with bag more.
Right. And to brands we say sell more with bag more.
Say that again.
So whenever we go to get a brand associated with us, a clothing brand, we tell them sell more with bag more.
Okay. Okay, next one.
About us?
No.
So it has
the next one. I'm gonna talk about the idea of the company. You can go to the next one, and then you bring mission. Mission is what you do, and what you do aims to provide best quality branded product.
Right.
So you are gonna buy more best quality branded products, right?
No, we will not buy them. We will actually have these brands listed on our website.
No. I see that. But you are saying to your customer, buy more with bag more best quality branded products, right?
Right.
And you want to be the best platform to merchants to sell their product online. But not all merchants, only the ones that provide quality branded product, right?
Right.
Okay, so you have a target. You are trying to find the brands with quality to include them in your platform. Right? Okay.
And to mention here, we have shortlisted at this stage, we have shortlisted 216 brands to get associated with us.
Okay. And then you want to bring to the platform all income category. So you are saying that you are going to provide on your platform best quality branded products, which implicitly represents the products that has biggest prices, right? Implicitly. Right. And then what you want to do? You want to sell them for the low and middle income class.
Yeah, but we are not saying no to high income level
customers. Okay, I understand. But what you are saying to the brands that will get into your platform is that they will have the possibility to sell to all income classes.
Exactly. Right.
Okay. Now it's clear what you're proposing. I would argue if they will want. Because if I position my brand to work with high end, and you are saying that my brand will be sold for people of low end, I might not want. It might be our opportunity, but I might not want. Just be careful with that. Let's go to the next one. And then you are saying that there will be a dedicated account manager portal.
Right.
What does it mean for a brand? Because it's more to talk with the brands, right? With the companies, not with the end consumer.
It has also to do with Bagmore's operations as well. So the how it works. So as we were account managers prior to starting the Bagmore.
Okay.
Me and Avinash we were managing accounts of sellers who are associated with Amazon, Flipkart, and other marketplaces.
Okay.
So in order to manage 10 accounts, sellers account, we have to log into their accounts individually one by one, and to manage 10 sellers account, it would require at the least 3 to 5 resources, full-time employees. Now, by introducing this single account manager portal, where in that particular account manager who is managing those 10 sellers account will have access to all those 10 sellers account in one go.
In one room?
In one go. So through single sign-on, by clicking on the name of the seller account, they will be routed to seller's account. Right?
Okay.
They don't have to log into each seller's account individually.
And why they do this today? Why haven't Amazon created a way of them to go into everything, just log in once?
Yeah, I personally, I don't know why they have not done it yet, but they should have done it 5 years back.
I see.
And these were the areas wherein we found that these are improvement areas where we can actually develop. We can enhance the industry.
Okay, let's compare. I didn't want to enter in this topic right now because we are running out of time. I think there would be more important things to discuss. But one thing that you should consider is how much would account manager salary cost for them compared to the platform or the feature that you created that reduce the time spent. You know what I mean and what I want to present. I want to be able to identify how much one thing costs and how much the substitution would cost. If I pay $100 for the period of login, or $100 or $1,000 in a period for 3 people to log in each one of them, and then I substitute with one thing, and the cost of this one thing is $500, I will implement immediately. If you have this number and present to the...
We have done the calculation beside this, and we have found as per our calculation, it will be 2/3. So if someone is having the expenditure of $300, then by this account manager portal, they will only be expending somewhere around $100 only.
Okay, it's good.
So two-third they will be saving. Wherein 3 full-time FTEs were required, they will only require 1 FTE.
Okay. And in this case, it will be only for your platform, right? So you are gonna have the system on your e-commerce, and you will reduce your cost.
Right.
Okay. And then you will create a virtual dress room, which is not available in the market right now. We talked about it. You want to implement the Tinder-like feature, which is good for end consumers. However, do you have a research on end consumer side in order to identify that this might be a need, or they would like this feature, they would prefer to buy this way instead of another way? Do you have this research?
So for virtual dressing room, we did the research and we found that this is much demanding feature of any e-commerce platform for apparels and clothing. For this Tinder-like feature, it is just a kind of feature which will engage the customer. It will not, I would say, gain a customer, but it will definitely engage our customers on our platform. They love to play around,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And for the AI side, what we felt like that when a person of place an order on an e-commerce website for apparel, they see the clothes on a model. They do not see how the same apparel going to look on their, when they are going to wear it at a later stage. If let's suppose I'm exploring 100 shirts and now I'm trying to I would like to in a physical store, what we do like we explore around 5, 10, 20 shirts and then pick 2 of those shirts. We go into trial room, we try those shirts, we see those shirts, and then we choose the one we like and place the other one at the place and we buy the only one shirt.
Okay, and those features are not ready yet, right?
No, this one is not ready yet.
Not
this will go in version 2.
Virtual dressing and Tinder-like is not ready yet, right?
No, Tinder-like will be ready soon. With app launch, we are not launching the application at least for 2 weeks from now onwards. But this virtual dressing room will be live in first week of December. Not before that.
Okay. Another question that I have related to the branded. Let's go to the next slide.
Sure. These are
the product.
General.
Okay, it's not related to the product, it's more related to the market and the sellers. So let's take an example of Nike. Okay, Nike tennis shoes or something like that. It's a brand which is well known by its quality product, and they might be included in your platform, right? It would be a target for you. Is that correct?
Right. That is absolutely correct. We already have Woodland.
Which one?
Woodlands, if you have heard of.
Woodland?
Yeah.
No. But it's okay. My question would be, they will sell their products on their own platform and they already do it right now. You are providing them an additional platform for them to get new clients that they would not have access in the way that you are having.
Mm-hmm.
How are you gonna charge less for the product in your website compared to there?
Okay, so on their website, so how I'm talking about Nike right now. So how their business model is: manufacturer, the company Nike, then the distributors, then the wholesalers, then retailers, and then it comes to customers with MRP, that is maximum retail price. Now what we will be doing, we will be directly tying up with Nike and getting the products on discounted rate. That will be the distributorship price, and we will be directly.
But don't they have website right now and they sell through their e-commerce right now?
They do, but they sell on MRP. They, as per agreement with the distributors, they cannot sell less than the MRP until there is a country level discount going on.
So you are saying that you are gonna establish a contract with them, and probably you have a volume target for them to make a good price for you, and then when you reach this target, or in some months, if you reach the target, you keep the contract and you keep the price, otherwise probably not. I can imagine a contract, something like that. You can correct
Yes.
me if I'm wrong.
No, you are absolutely right.
Okay. So you need to bring a lot of people to your platform in order to be able to reach the volumes that they would establish.
Absolutely
What
correct.
you want to do is, let's bring the middle and low income people, because we have a huge amount of people in this segment, and by providing a cheaper price they would buy more, and then I will reach the volume, and then everybody will be happy.
Correct.
I see your idea. It seems to be a good idea.
Thank you.
I don't know if it will work or not. I need to think a little bit more about it. But now it's more clear on my mind what's your strategy. I have two concerns actually that I want to make you think about it. One is Nike, or does Nike want to have low income people buying their products? It's one question. So you need to identify if they want, because you are working with a high end, and if a brand position its product in a high end and a lot of people with another segment is buying, probably the brand perception of these people will reduce, because I want exclusivity, I want to be different, and now all people has the same tennis shoes that I have. I will not pay much for these anymore. So in the middle and long term, you might bring the brand to a low end segment, and they might not want that. So just keep it in mind. It might happen, and it might be a problem, but it's just one thing to think about it. Another thing is that you need to create the whole market, and there are big players there. You need to bring customers and end customers to your platform. You need to talk with the companies and the end consumers. So you need to talk with a lot of things, or a lot of people in different segments, with different approach, with different teams approaching those people. So in one side, you need to have a good sales team in order to talk to the brand. These people and this team should be experienced somehow, should be very good in presenting the idea and everything. And in the other hand, you need to have a team that will be able to include people in the platform and to make people access your website. So it would require a lot of marketing effort, a lot of money invested, and also inbound marketing or other strategies that you might bring to the platform, and everything to compete with well-established players. Once I have said that, I want to make you think in another business model possibility. Instead of creating your own e-commerce, have you think about the possibility of selling the different features that you are creating? For example, Tinder feature, video room feature, the account manager feature. Instead of creating your e-commerce, another possible business model, or another business model, even if you have your e-commerce, would be selling this feature to other e-commerces. So think about it. It might be a good option for you.
Sure.
Because, and why? because the difficulty of bringing everybody to the platform, it's huge. If you build, and another thing, you will have to have energy, or to focus energy in developing this feature and developing the market. Those are very huge things to think about it and to focus on. If you could focus more on developing the feature and less in other aspects, you might have a better result. But it's a possibility. It's something that came to my mind when I was analyzing. You need to make this analysis by your own, and if it makes sense or not. But I believe that looking to your business, the way that you structured, you are trying to bring a new model to the market. You have to focus on different areas, difficult areas that require a lot of investment in each one of them. So in order to create the features that you want, you require a lot of investment, a lot of time and energy. In order to create and bring end consumers to the platform, you also need to require effort, energy and investment. And to talk to these sellers, which are a lot, it also required expertise, investment in salespeople, in capable salespeople, energy and everything. So you have three very huge energy consuming activities that might make you lose the focus on one of them, and all three are critical for your business model. So I would suggest to you to think about what I've just said, about the effort that it would be required in order to build the platform that you are thinking of, and considering the idea of look at other perspective and see if it would make more sense or not, or if it would more sense to build everything together, to spend all the energy and money in the way that you have structured. So sure. Just one thing for you to think about it. I'm running out of time. I need to go now. The way that you present the product and the idea, and when we were discussing, it's clear now to me, and I'm concerned on those aspects that I mentioned.
Yeah, and just to let you know, we have already worked on the first point where you said that the big brands, are they really willing to give the products to sell the products to low income group? Mm-hmm. So we have already worked on that part, and this is why we are not going with huge brands, the world known brands. We are not going with them.
I see.
We are not going with Zara. We are not going with Hugo Boss. So
I see.
These yeah. So and this is intentionally we are not going with them.
Okay, so in this case, I would suggest you to review the mission, because if I read the mission, I need to understand that you will accomplish this mission. And when you mention the best quality brands, and you are not bringing the best quality brands that I imagine, I feel that there's a misalignment. So if you are focusing on a brand that has a quality product but not the best one, or at least the best one on the end consumer mind, I would suggest you to restate, to rethink on the words that you used on the mission.
So when we were writing this, when we were preparing this first slide, we had this thought And there is a reason why we are not listing Zara. It is because Zara doesn't sell any product on any other platform.
Okay.
They sell on their own platform. Hugo Boss, they do not sell their products on any other platform. These are really big brands and they do not sell. And they really do not want low income group people to buy their products, which is why they have kept it out of their reach.
Oh, okay, I understand what you mean right now, but what you are saying is that you have thought about what I have said about the position of the brands, and you said that related to this topic you have not considered Zara and Hugo Boss because of the brand position, not because they don't want to sell on different platforms.
So even if we want, then also we cannot do that.
Yes, I know. But the point was different. I understand your point now, but the point that I made was different.
I understand your point, and we will definitely work on it and we'll come up with a solution.
Okay, great. So, I have to go now, guys. I hope I have helped at least with another point of view. Do you believe
Yes.
that it would help?
Yes,
Great.
very much.
Great.
And I really appreciate the time you have spent with us. It was really pleasure talking to you and getting the thoughts.
Great. Great. So, guys, have a good evening there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you. Bye-bye.
Same here. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Se você quiser acompanhar mais vídeos como esse, fique ligado nas minhas redes sociais, se inscreva no meu canal do YouTube que vai estar no primeiro comentário aqui abaixo e te vejo na próxima.